just hanging out at his house, just watching a movie or two, that is code for I want to take all your clothes off, okay? Like, make it make sense, boo. Make it make sense. And somehow, a lot of women start off with princess treatment and end up with peasant treatment. Closed mouths don't get fed. Everyone assuming that men are just going to treat you well because they asked you out on a date or showed interest or sent you a good morning text, and automatically you think they're going to treat you like a princess? Absolutely not. This is how you avoid dating broke boys. Don't date broke boys. They just stress you out. Number one, when I meet a guy and he wants to ask me out on a date, I say, okay, where are you from? What do you do? I am a aerospace engineer. I go straight to Google, type in aerospace engineer salary. $200,000 a year? Great. That's in my income range for guys that I date. Now, if he comes and says that he works at McDonald's, no shade, you just don't make enough to date me. And that's okay. There's a girl out there for you. It's just not me. Number 3, check his living situation. Does he have his own place, or does he still live with his mom in his mom's basement? Very important. Another thing, does he have an actual bed, elevated off the floor so you're not breathing dust? Does he have more than one pillow? Does he have blankets? Or do you walk into his room and he has one mattress laying on the floor with one stained pillow? Ew, gross. If you can't afford to pay your own rent, how can you afford to pay my rent? No. Number 3, if he wants you to call your own Uber to the date to see him, absolute automatic no. He's a broke boy, not doing it. That is when I tell him I prefer it if you send my Uber to my place or you pick me up yourself, because I'm a lady. I deserve to be treated like a princess, and I'm not accepting anything lower. Period. Number 4, if we're out to dinner and he's arguing with the waiter about $1 upcharge on his extra cheese or whatever he got on his food, and that extra dollar just hurt his pocket so much, broke boy, leave him alone. Ain't gonna do it for you. I'm manifesting only wealthy men for my girlies who are watching this, so stay tuned for more. Bye!
Y'all know I love this BBW's her energy. Gabby Faye. Shout out to Gabby Faye. Y'all go check her out on TikTok. And I think she's got a YouTube channel as well. So there's a few things to discuss, because I know you guys are like looking at the obvious on, what she's saying in terms of what men need to bring to the table and how she doesn't deal with broke boys, and her requirements for a man to date a cold BBW like herself. But before we get into this video, it's your favorite everything JR Wisdom. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button along with the bell. That way you receive all the notifications for all of my future videos that have content like this. Let's run it up to 100,000. Quit playing with me. So Gabby Faye, baby, it sounds like you're speaking from experience, and I get it. A lot of you ladies, you encounter these guys and it's become the status quo for you. You know what I'm saying? It's becoming the status quo. You're getting your cheeks clapped on either the carpet, if they got carpet, a futon, or like she said, the little, one mattress, twin mattress that's on the bed, and you're getting desecrated on sheets and a pillowcase that looks like a used tea bag, right? And that's what's been happening. You've been bringing the food over. He's got the weed, maybe the drink, and some people are content with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. That's when a woman's really down. If she's ready to sit and y'all watching Netflix on, the phone from Cricket or one of these other companies, and you're having a good old time. And that's it. Sometimes that's all it takes. And you're looking at the stars through the window, and just having a good night, getting smoked out and desecrated. So I'm not knocking her. Gabby Faye, on the other hand here, she stepped her game up, it sounds like. It's a guy that's making $200K, is within the price range of dating her for that reason. You know what I mean? And she just has to get that out the way. She says that she's going to Google salary. And I think women do that for some guys that have, that aren't the obvious. You know what a McDonald's worker's making. You know what a sanitation worker's making for the most part. You know what, some of these jobs, but other jobs that you may not be familiar with, you don't have a clue. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. Hypergamy is real. Women want to know if I actually bear kids by this man. Some of them do, because some of y'all will get knocked up by a dude that either hustles or basically has no job, and then complain about the situation and try to put him on child support, which you never end up getting, and talk about, I raised this child for 38 years and I didn't receive $1 of child support. It's basically strange to me. Check his living situation. Ladies, a lot of times I think you don't care about a man's living situation. A lot of times you're dealing with men who have roommates. You're dealing with men who live with relative parents, or they couch hop and things like that, and you still are taking this guy seriously and you're more invested. Because if he's not taking himself seriously, how can he take you seriously, right? But you ladies still do it. So she's saying that, she can't deal with anything like that. And a lot of ladies say they can't deal with guys who have roommates and stuff like that, especially if you want to date seriously, intentionally, instead of just, him bending you over and having a good time. You feel me? He wants you to Uber or pay for your Uber. I don't think there's anything wrong with getting an Uber for a woman. Now, the way things are now, obviously, we have access to these things. Having her pay for it, hey, if you're asking a woman out on a date and she doesn't have transportation, either you get her an Uber or you pick her up. Some women nowadays, if they're just meeting a guy, unless you've been talking to them for a while, some of them are hesitant with having a guy, pick them up, because women like to have some sort of control now as well. So, if you're inviting a woman out, like, hey, sometimes you just have to look at it that way, fellas. A lot of you guys say, she needs to pay her own way. We need to go Dutch. She needs to pay half. You're asking her out. You know what I mean? Stop being cheap. And arguing with the waiter, I've never seen that. It's usually the women that are arguing with the waiters and waitresses, from my experience. I mean, y'all, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I've never seen a man argue over, especially over $1, and even things like that. If you come back with, like, my thing is, I like my steak to be sizzling hot. If it's not hot, I need you to bring that shit back hot. And it's not argument. It's not arguing. It's tact. I'm not gonna argue over $1 upcharge on something. Shouldn't be eating out. You should make a meal, but a lot of these ladies nowadays aren't going for that at-home meals and things like that. They want you to take them out, because women like to look pretty. They like to be shown off instead of just shown in the comfort of your own home. Nobody's going to see them. Women like to be seen a lot of times. Well, some women do. Well, most women want to be seen. They want to get dolled up. They want to get sexy. They want to get pretty. They want to go out somewhere. You know what I mean? And it's just how it goes, fellas. You know what I mean? So all in all, Gabby Faye, baby, as I said on the previous video, which I'll link if I haven't linked it yet, I'll link it for you guys to check it out. Gabby Faye, y'all call her, she's a BBW. I know y'all were talking about the 5 o'clock shadow and saying that she can't be serious. She's a model. You guys can go on her page and look at her stuff, or I think she has an Instagram. You can look at her. She's got some photos and stuff. And BBWs are modeling more and more these days. But if she's able to command this, and you're trying to be on her time, that's what you're going to have to do if you want to clap those plus size cheeks. Just the fact of the matter, fellas. I'm just saying. I don't have a problem with what she's saying. If she's able to get it, go for it, baby. If you got dudes, just like all these big women that are adult actresses and things like that, and people making fun of them, but there are people that are paying for these things. Don't think that BBWs aren't getting slayed, aren't getting flued out, aren't getting like bags and things like that, because they are. And that's how it is. So, shout out to Gabby Faye, baby. You know what I mean? You don't want to date broke boys. You've been through that phase. Sounds like you upgraded, stepped your game up. You no longer tolerating the foolishness and tomfoolery. I get it, baby. You deserve the best. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a one-on-one with yours truly. Purchase all my books, merch, t-shirts. It helps us support the channel. Ladies, if you're trying to get rated by yours truly, hit me up on the link below. I got you. And with that being said, much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next video that's going to pop up on the screen, and that's where I'll see you guys at. This is Wisdom. I'm out of here. Peace.
It's God's beat maker.
And I don't know. I will put a light in the sky for the G's that done turn memory from go. Blessings we send to the ghetto youth them.